Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. So in today's video, we're actually going to install the Coolerworx short throw shifter. But before I actually get started, I just want to show you the things that have to be removed. And then the rest of the video is pretty much going to be you guys just watching me install it. And then we'll go from there. Hopefully it'll help if you have the same shifter or not. But let's get into it. First things first, the Coolerworx short throw shifter comes, these are the things it comes with. This bracket here, which actually goes under the car, and it's directional. I believe that little notch there is the driver's side. I have to double check. This is the plate that's actually going to go on the inside of the car. Not that nut, not that peanut, which this is actually going to face, this is how it's going to face, this facing the front of the car, that facing the rear of the car. And then you've got your short throw shifter here, which is actually, I don't know what that was, which is actually not short in length, but the throw is short. It's 40%, I believe, versus the standard short throw shifters that you see out there that are 25%, such as my ISR. It also comes with these Allen bolts and nuts, and the reason for that is because on each side they actually go in here, and this is how you adjust your shifter on the inside of the car, which you guys will see when we get there. One thing I have been told is that I should probably use Loctite so that these don't rattle around, so I will be using that as well. So the other thing is I'm not sure if the reason why it didn't come with a bolt for this was because it's quite possible the stock bolt that goes through this has to be used, but when I bought this gen, it already had a short throw shifter in there, so that stock bolt that would typically go through here, or locker, wasn't there. So that was the nothing I can do about that. So this is the solution. This, if you can see that, there you go. The bolt that I basically made was a 12 millimeter 1.75. It fits perfectly through both the shifter and this arm here. So there you go. If you want to try the same thing, I think this is going to work out a lot better. Okay, so next up, the things that you're going to remove from your car that will not be going back in. This whole K bracket you have to remove from here, and it bolts back. There's two bolts back here, and then a screw that goes here and a screw that goes here. So you're going to have to remove that. You can do that by either taking off your whole armrest, or I didn't remove it, but it was a pain in the butt, and it's a 10 millimeter, which, there you go. It's hard to do it with this on, but I was able to. The other thing is so you've got 4 holes here, which would be for bolts. Now here's the issue that I ran into. They're riveted in, so they're a pain in the butt to get out, but then it also, I think they're spot welded as well. The other thing is I noticed mine went through to the bottom and then screwed in from the bottom. I've seen some where they've been riveted in through the top, through the bracket, the other bracket that you're going to take off, and I'll show you that in a second. But it's a real pain. I actually had to cut the bolts from the bottom and drill and grind those out, and then just expand the holes a little bit there for the new bracket. The other thing is with the new bracket is it kind of takes 2 people. I'm going to try to do it myself by putting the bracket on through the bottom and then using like painter's tape to get it through here, just to hold it down for me, and then call it a day. But you probably should use 2 people for this part. This is the other piece that is completely coming out and will not be returning. You're not going to put back into the car. Now clearly this is what holds the original shifter, or in this case the short throw shifter. All of this is coming out, including this mount here as well. like I said, I've seen those. These are the 4 bolts that hold that plate in, and this plate goes obviously under the car. One thing, again, I did notice is there are some, at least Genesis coupes, where this rivet was actually put through here and connected to this bracket. So you might have that, which will make it 10 times easier, and you will not have to do any drilling or anything like that. But if not, if it's similar to what mine was, where it was pressed in through the top of the car, that's where you're going to have an issue. So, you know, it is good. This arm is actually pretty easy to get off. All you got to do, and I'm glad my transmission is out, all you have to do is, you've got this arm right here, and basically all you're going to do is take a flathead screwdriver and push this tab. Get over there for you. You're going to push behind this tab, and it'll release, and it comes out like that, and then you just pull it right out. I'm putting these back in just on the off chance that like something happens and I need to sell the car. I can just put all the stock stuff back in. So again, that arm is not going back in. This is what you're going to be working with. I almost forgot. Before I do that, let me actually show you what you have to disassemble under the car. It's not required to, but it's easier to do is if you actually slide the drive shaft back from the transmission. And the best way to do that is to remove, you've got 6 bolts in total, but you've got 3 where the head is facing away from the motor. So what you're going to want to do is actually remove those 3 and then use a pry bar to pry it back, because you do have sleeves here, guides here that you want to, that kind of stick into the transmission a little bit. So you're going to want to just pry that back. Don't don't be shy. Once you do that, it actually slides back really easily. The other thing is you might want to at least bring this heat shield down a little bit, just so that way the drive shaft can hang a little bit lower. And then once you do that, you have easier access to the plate at the bottom here. I'm sure, so I actually ended up painting the bottom of this because I was doing some grinding and exposed metal, obviously, and you don't want metal exposed to the elements. So I basically just took some spray paint and spray painted just to make sure I wasn't gonna have any issues later on down the road with rust. So that's what you're gonna have to, do for easier access. You don't have to remove the exhaust, at least on a 2.0. I'm not sure on a 3.8 because you're working with 2 sides, but at least with the 2.0, you don't have to remove the exhaust. But again, once with everything out of the way, it's fairly easy to. Okay, so really quick, I just wanted to show you this really quick. So here we go. There we go. So that pin should work out perfectly and give me the ability to move back and forth, obviously, as need be. I actually like this probably better than if I had to use something else. So I'm actually proud about this one. I will add maybe one washer or so on either side, but yeah, this should work out perfectly. The other thing is too, is if you wanted to, if you had another shifter knob that you wanted to use, you could actually take this off, but I actually like this one, so we're good. Okay, now it's time to install everything, and then what we're gonna do is actually next video is I'll actually do a review of the shifter, because clearly I still got to put the transmission back in. So the next video will be a review on the shifter, how it feels and things like that. So let me know what you guys think about this video. hopefully it does help you. From what I've seen, this is such a great shifter. It's worth the 500 and some change. Yes, I said 500 and some change. So. Okay, kind of a little bit of a restart in the sense that the plate that goes under the mounts that go under the car, that the side with the notch actually goes towards the passenger side, and the reason being is because those are these two bolts right here, which are longer in the back. I've been here for about 30 minutes, and it took me that long to figure that out. So now I'm going to put the shifter in and hopefully bolt it down. Alright, so here you go. This is in. I would say 98% installed. I obviously got to put the transmission in. Then, like I said, I got to do the adjustments on these two bolts here on the side, and then go from there. What I did do was I did take the shifter boot there, and I actually put it on after. It was actually easier to install this with the shifter boot off. So that was fun. Now let me just show you under the car so you can see what that looks like. And there you go, what it looks like under the car. Again, that notch right here should be on the passenger side of the car. That notch basically, if it's on the passenger side, then the longest bolts are right here in the back, at the back of the car, which that's where they need to be. And then the two shorter bolts are up here. Overall, this was a kind of a pain in the butt, to be quite honest with you. And it wasn't even because I'm doing it by myself. It's just that some of the instructions aren't as clear. Like, it doesn't really tell you where to put the notch. It's kind of a guess. As you heard in the video a few times, I took a wild shot in the dark there. And then again, with whatever bolt is supposed to be used to hook up to the actual transmission, it's not clear. So let me know what you guys think. Alright guys, so this was supposed to be kind of an instructional video on how to install this short throw shifter. The problem is you really have to concentrate, and it's tough to shoot a video while actually doing this. But if you have any questions, just ask me. Like I said, there are instructions, but the instructions, they're not really that clear. I mean, you know, it is what it is. I mean, they're helpful. You know, they also have pictures and stuff, but again, not too clear on where everything should go. Like, I couldn't even find that notch in this picture. That's how dark it was. But I mean, it is what it is. You just got to work through it and figure it out. I would say this is going to take a couple hours to actually do this. But once it's done, well, we'll see in the next video. I will do a review of this Coolerworx short throw shifter, and then we'll go from there. But let me know what you guys think about this video. I will post this, like I said, once I get the transmission back in, I will do the review and post it as soon as I'm done, and then go from there. From what I've seen, everybody's been really happy with the shifter, so hopefully I'm happy too. But anyway, until next time, like, share, comment, subscribe, and make no limitation your only limitation. This was not fun. Peace.